Action.
So this is a dissection of the fifth cervical level. Let's look at the bony anatomy first. So this is the vertebral body. So that's telling us this is the anterior. Extending from the vertebral body, this is the transverse process. Inside the transverse process, we have two foramen called the transverse foramen. Those house the vertebral arteries and the vertebral veins, right? They're going up and down to the brain. These are the superior articulating processes, right, with the facet right here. This is the lamina. And then over here, this is the bifid spinous process. Okay, so that's the bony protection around the spinal cord. As far as the meninges, the first meninge that I want you to notice right out here, this is the dura mater, right there. It looks like a number 6 or a 9 on this model, right? Dura mater. Then outside the dura mater, this is the epidural space right here. Again, notice all the fat tissue to cushion. Inside the dura mater, this next meninge, this is the arachnoid mater right there. Now, these two tissues, the arachnoid and the dura, sit up against one another. So there's a potential space, that black line right in between, that is called the subdural space. Right? So epidural space, dura mater, subdural space, arachnoid mater. Deep to the arachnoid, this space right here, an important space, is called the subarachnoid space. Right? This holds our cerebrospinal fluid. That goes all the way around it. And I'm only showing you in the back. These spaces go all the way around the spinal cord like that. The last meninge, guys, that you need to know is the pia mater, the delicate protector. That's one right here up against the spinal cord, so it's firmly adherent. All right, one more time. Epidural space, dura mater, subdural space, arachnoid mater, subarachnoid space, pia mater. Right, so those are our protectors. Again, just so we have it on tape, don't confuse this ligament with the dura. They look similar, right, but this is the ligamentum flavum. That's something totally different. Right, this is your dura. You want to start with the epidural space and then go in. As far as a cross-section of the spinal cord, right, here's our spinal cord. An external feature, this is the anterior median fissure. Right here would be the posterior median sulcus. Okay? Then we have gray matter. So we said this is the back, this is the front. These two parts right here are the dorsal horn. This is the lateral horns. These are the ventral horns. Right, the dorsal horns is where afferent information comes into the spinal cord. Both the lateral and the ventral horns is where efferent information goes out. The lateral horn gives rise to visceral efferent. The ventral horn here gives rise to somatic efferent. Now, the area around, just more with the gray matter. Connecting the gray matter right here is the gray commissure. And then the hole in the middle is the central canal. Right? This is another place that we have cerebrospinal fluid. Coming off the spinal cord, around the gray matter, let's do the white matter. This area right here is the dorsal column or the posterior column. This is the anterior columns, and then these are the lateral columns. Right? This would be the right lateral column. This would be the left lateral column. In these columns, we have tracts. Those are axons that are running up and down this way. Right? They're kind of running this way, sending information up to the brain and down from the brain. So each one of these has thousands of axons communicating information up and down from the brain, something like that. Okay. The spinal cord gives rise to a pair of nerve roots. So each nerve root is formed by two roots. So again, this is the back, this is the front. This back here is the dorsal nerve root. This is the ventral nerve root. Right on this side, dorsal. Over here, the ventral. They combine to form, and I'm just going to turn it like this for a minute. I'll turn it for you guys. They form the nerve root this way and this way. Right? They form the nerve root this way and this way. Also remember that the dorsal root has a swelling inside of it right here, big swelling. This is the, I'll do it this way first. This is the dorsal nerve root ganglion. This is going to house the unipolar cell bodies in here. For you guys, this is the dorsal nerve root ganglion here and here, again housing the cell bodies of the afferent neurons. So this is the nerve root coming out. Once it leaves the IVF over here, the nerve root is going to split to a bigger ventral ramus. That's going to go to the front of the body, supplies the front and lateral sides of the chest, and it's going to give rise to all the nerves that go into your arms and your legs. So this is the ventral ramus. And then the little guy right over here is the posterior or the dorsal ramus. Okay? You guys can see that back over here. Dorsal ramus on this side, ventral ramus over here. And again, just for you guys here, like I'm pointing to it, that's the dorsal ramus, ventral ramus.
Do that again, sorry.
Yep, dorsal, ventral. Again, the dorsal is always smaller, okay? And again, the dorsal ramus is going to the back of your body for the muscles and the skin on the back of your body, right? That is this model. If you know that, it's a home run.